Home instance notes are like a real-life mortgage. On average, they take 11 years of daily logins to pay off. In fact, the basic leather rack takes 37,768 days of harvest to pay off your initial investment. That's 103 years. With that strong opening statement out of the way, it's important to recognize that this is not the case for all home instance notes. Some pay themselves off in less than a month, and others are from achievements and thus only locked behind your real lifetime investment. In this video, I will go over what I consider to be the reasonable investments to make in your home instance, because as we will see, it will quickly become very profitable to park a character there for daily harvests. Before we can even get to that though, it's important to recognize that many notes gain most of their value from the bonus volatile magic that drops when you have the right tools equipped. This is, in my opinion, the biggest asterisk when it comes to the home instance notes. With any set of infinite tools that have the glyph of volatility equipped, the bauble note, which we will cover in more detail shortly, will take 23 days of continual harvesting to pay itself off. Looking at the fast farming community split of how much the bauble note profits, it only assumes 13 copper a day of profit from the baubles, but 2 silver and 21 copper from the glyph. That's 94% of the income. If we take only the baubles it produces, it would pay off those baubles in cost in about 334 days. Quite the jump from 23 days with the glyph. The glyph itself is an addition you can put on your infinite gathering tools. It costs 675 to 850 gold on the trading post, which generally isn't figured into the days to pay off your note. Alternatively, you can get a set of infinite gathering tools for 2,700 gems, which is 1,323 gold at the recording of this video. This will let you select the glyph for each of the 3 tools, so buying the gem versions are cheaper these days. Of course, there is a slightly less convenient alternative. At Dragonfall, you can purchase volatile gathering tools for karma, which act as if they had a glyph of volatility but have limited uses. I have a guide for karma gain and how to convert it into gold in the pipeline, but seeing as it's close to Christmas and there's an orphan rotation then that can give you millions of karma over the winter, I decided to wait on releasing that till I can gather that footage. Feel free to subscribe if you want to be notified when that comes out. For now, I suggest these temporary tools for most players, though if you plan to farm this game long term, the infinite tools might be a better solution for you. Just don't blindly follow the guides online preaching the full home instance as the ultimate moneymaker. I plan to play this game for years and years and years to come, though probably not always daily. I'll explain how to best get each node in turn in order of how long it takes to pay off that given node. My personal cutoff point is anything that takes more than 365 active days to pay itself off. The exception will be the achievement nodes, which I will have at the end of the video. There will be timestamps for easy skipping around. Let's start with the fastest node to pay itself off is the Krait obelisk shard. According to the fast farming community, a great resource I will link below by the way, this will pay itself off in just 4 days. This payoff is kind of a trap for most players though, because the charged quartz crystal is a once per day item crafted of 25 normal quartz crystal. It has a wide variety of uses, though most of them are slow selling crafted exotic armors, and if you want anywhere near the 9 gold's profit, you need to grab some extremely expensive recipes. I have this wondrous boot recipe that gives about 5 gold profit, and you can see how my charged crystals have stacked up over time. However, if you're a player that's already high gold or expect to one day be such a player, you can begin preparing your once a day crafts of these for high profits. At the end of the video, I will make calculations on how long it will take to pay off this entire list with the profits it makes. I'll make sure to do a version with and one without these 9 daily gold for transparency. Either way, the obelisk is pretty easy to get a hold of. During the Festival of the 4 Winds, you can spend 400 festival tokens at a festival vendor to get it. The rest of the year you can spend 25 laurels and 15 gold at a laurel vendor. There's also the achievement The Nightmare Unveiled Mastery, but I'm 95% sure you're no longer able to complete it as one of its sub-achievements has been marked as historical. The bauble node. Already jumping to 23 days of continual harvesting, the bauble node is next in line. It's only available for purchase during the Super Adventure Festival and costs 32 bauble bubbles. It produces 24 baubles per day of harvesting, and you will have to hold on spending them until the Super Adventure box returns to the game, and you can exchange them via the Super Adventure vendor outside the box in Ratasum. The vendor also has a bunch of weekly purchases. Gold-wise, the best to worst is Amalgamated Draconic Lodestone, Mystic Coin, Tyrian Exchange Voucher, Trader's Generation 1 chest, and amalgamated gemstone at the end. To get this node, you have to interact with the Super Adventure box and complete levels in there to gain 32 bauble bubbles for the purchase. The quartz crystal nodes complements the Krait obelisk well. It gives at least 3 quartz crystals daily, with an uncommon chance of 5 crystals on one swing, and even a rare chance of an entire charged quartz crystal. It takes, on average, 29 days to pay itself off. These crystals can be sold well on the auction house as they are. Oftentimes they're worth about 3 silver a piece, though prices drop dramatically each year as the Four Winds Festival rolls around, where quartz crystals become much more farmable than the rest of the year. The node is gained by purchasing the gift of quartz from a laurel vendor for 25 laurels and 15 gold, like with the Krait obelisk, or for 400 festival tokens from a festival rewards vendor during the Festival of the Four Winds. Just like the Krait obelisk, there's also a historical achievement for gaining the gift of quartz called the Bazaar Ambassador. Orrian Oyster. The Orrian Oyster node gives 9 Orrian oysters a day, and it takes 118 days of harvest to fully pay itself. The oysters can be used to purchase Orrian covers from the shrine vendors during the meta event in Siren's Landing, or converted into Unbound Magic. The Unbound Magic conversion will be the most relevant because of its bulk nature. Simply find the Ember Bay Unbound Magic vendor and purchase Magic Warp bundles for 1250 Unbound Magic and 40 silver. Note that this vendor is unique, as all other Unbound Magic vendors sell their Magic Warp bundle for 500 Unbound Magic and 1 gold. According to Fast Farming, each version ends up with a profit of 7 copper per Unbound Magic. I would therefore always use the one with the larger amount of currency and the less amount of gold, because this allows us to have less trading post throughput, which means less being taxed 15% when we sell them. These packages are also attractive as they rarely drop mystic clovers, account bound items that are annoying to farm but are needed for most legendary crafting. To get access to this node, simply purchase it from Provisioner Alana here in Siren's Landing for 10,000 Unbound Magic and 50 gold. Dragon Crystal node. The Dragon Crystal node pays itself off in 120 days and gives branded masses, which are needed for slow selling high value crafted armor with diviner stats, and can also be converted into volatile magic. Again, the magic is way easier to do in bulk. Simply purchase trophy shipments at any volatile magic vendor like Khan Fallen Skull in Eye of the North, open them, and trading posts sell order all the loot they give. It can also drop exquisite serpentine jewels, which can simply be sold on drop. The node itself is purchased from Kournan in Thunderhead Peaks for 10,000 volatile magic and 50 gold. Kournan Supply Cache. The Kournan Supply Cache pays itself off in 131 days, but otherwise functions exactly like the Dragon Crystal node. Sell volatile magic on the trading post and do the same for any unidentified gear that drops. Though perhaps identifying and salvaging the rare gear can be an advantage to build up a stock of ectoplasm for when you want to build legendaries. It is purchased from Nalar in Domain of Kourna for 10,000 volatile magic and 50 gold. The Hatched Chili Pepper Bush pays itself off in 134 days. The chilies can, with karma, be converted at Garlet Claw in the Wizard's Tower into Tyrian defense seals, which you can trade in at these vendors in the Eye of the North for supply boxes. If you have the mastery for the discount vendor Turn Iron Maw, I'd spend all my marks over time there, as the least valuable discounted box still almost matches the most valuable box at standard price. Check Fast Farming Community, link in description if you want to ensure the optimal exchange rate. The node can drop from meta events in Grothmar Valley, the end chest in the jumping puzzle Khan Ur's Gauntlet, or from the Shiver Peaks Pass Strike mission. It can also be traded and is purchased from the trading post for 10 gold, which makes the vendor purchase from Khan Fallen Skull at 5,000 volatile magic and 60 gold a trap. My suggestion is to farm it or get it from the trading post. Eternal Ice. Eternal Ice takes 146 days to pay off, and the shards can be converted at Kep Kournan to any season 4 currency. I like to go with Mistborn nodes. Kralkatite ore looks promising because of the larger amount, but 25 of them still gives less average volatile magic than 10 of any other currency. Once converted to volatile magic, turn to Khan to get trophy shipments and sell the contents of those on the trading post. You can purchase the Eternal Ice node from Kep Kournan for 245,000 karma and 50 gold. Primordial Orchid. The Fire Orchid node takes 175 days to pay off, but work the same as Orrian Oysters. Purchase Magic Warp bundles with the Unbound Magic from this vendor in Ember Bay. The node is purchased for 10,000 Unbound Magic and 50 gold from Supply Master Hanjo in Draconis Mons. Difflourite Crystals. The Difflourite Crystal node takes 302 days to pay off, but works like the Dragon Crystal nodes described above. Convert to volatile magic, purchase trophy crates, and sell the results on the trading post. You can purchase the node from Ethal in the Sandswept Isles for 10,000 volatile magic and 50 gold. Mistonium node. The Mistonium node takes 325 days to pay off and works just as described in the Dragon Crystal above. Convert, purchase, sell. This one you purchase from Trader Hyacinth at the Jahai Buffs for 10,000 volatile magic and 50 gold. Mistborn node. The Mistborn node pays off in 327 days and is again like the Dragon Crystal node. Convert, Purchase, sell. This one you purchase from the Crystal Bloom Quartermaster in Dragonfall for, you guessed it, 10,000 volatile magic and 50 gold. Winterberry bush. And last on our non-achievement list, the Winterberry bush sneaks in at just under a year with 343 days of harvest before it's paid in full. This one is part of the Unbound Magic family, so as described with the Orrian Oysters, you can convert these, then purchase magic warp bundles, and then put anything they contain on the trading post. As a reward for staying with me this long though, I would also like to point out that for those of you working on Ascended gear and not simply on pure gold, all of these map currencies can also be turned into Ascended rings, accessories, trinkets, and backpacks from the very vendors you purchased the notes from. This note is purchased from Slewshoe and Bitterfrost Frontier, and Slewshoe also sells the Black Ice Band ring and Black Ice earring accessory. Farming Winterberries is seen as one of the most straightforward ways of getting gear without a big gold investment. And I'm just gonna cut in there with the voice that you're going to be hearing in the future videos. I've adjusted the sound a little bit, as you can probably hear, and share this 5-minute route that you can do on each of your characters each day if you want to, for 38 Winterberries per character. Airship cargo, crystallized supply crate, and exalted chest. And on to the 3 mastery bound notes. The airship cargo, crystallized supply crate, and exalted chests respectively require the Itzel language, Nulok language, and exalted acceptance masteries. The airship cargo has a daily profit of about 10 silver and 50 copper and is purchased for 250 airship parts at Chochitl in the Tangled Depths. The crystallized supply cache has a daily profit of about 6 silver and 26 copper and is purchased for 250 leyline crystals at Tenoch in the Tangled Depths. Finally, the exalted chest has an expected profit of 26 silver and 26 copper each day and is purchased for 250 Aurillium from the exalted mastery vendor in Auric Basin. Each of these drops a jumble of random loot that is salvageable or sellable. The exalted chest is the only one guaranteed to drop unidentified rare equipment, which is why it's so much higher valued than the other 2. All of these 3 nodes require the right keys, so to keep looting them you will have to keep getting the map currencies and trading them for keys at the vendors. Found Bandit chest. The Found Bandit chest brings in an average 15 silver 10 copper daily and simply requires the completion of the achievement Point of No Return, which is the final part of Living World Season 2 Episode 8. Like the chests above though, you need a steady supply of Bandit skeleton keys to keep opening them. These you purchase from the Silver Waste Quartermasters for 5 Bandit chests each. Winter's Day Gift Tree. The Winter's Day Gift Tree brings in an average of 4 silver 95 copper each day. It requires no daily key, but the achievement for the children to unlock it involves quite a bit of jumping. First you have to complete a separate achievement. In your home instance during winter, the NPC Gronk will ask to be fed on 3 separate days. Each food item you can purchase from sous chef Simon Oxbone. The catch is that he moves each day between one of 7 different locations. Look up his Guild Wars 2 wiki page to easily find the location he is in when you watch this video. The link to that page is in the description below as well. The first day you need a snowflake to purchase a bowl of bloodstone broth. The second day you need a shiny frying pan to purchase a cup of bloodstone soup. The pan is purchased for 665 karma at the Heart Vendor Sentry Triktiki in Harathi Hinterlands. The third day you need a superior sigil of mischief to purchase a chalice of bloodstone chili. This can be contained in the Winter's Day gift or crafted after purchasing the recipe from the charity Core Seraph. I suggest simply paying the 5 gold for it on the trading post. After this is done, you can now get jumping. You need to collect 6 ornaments that will now have a high likelihood to drop from end of jumping puzzle chests. You need one from a human, Asuran, Sylvari, Norn, Char, and Orrian chests. During Winter Day, there will likely be people standing at the end of the jumping puzzle you can TP to friend to. Otherwise, I suggest the Demon Grub Pits in Queensdale, Specs Laboratory in Caledon Forest, Spelunker's Delve in Caledon Forest, Shaman's Rookery in the Wayfarer Foothills, Lawclaw Expense in the Plains of Ashford, and Vizier's Tower in the Straits of Devastation. I'll have links to other YouTubers walkthroughing these jumping puzzles in the description below. I'd like to personally focus on making more gold guides instead of remaking already existing great jumping puzzle guides. Aurillium Ore Node. Finally, the Aurillium Ore Node brings in an average of 2 silver 36 copper each day. You unlock this node by completing the No Mask Left Behind achievement in Auric Basin. Again, an achievement that already has some great guides. I'll link one below. So at the end we have to ask ourselves, is it worth it? If you have all the nodes I've listed so far, harvesting them would give you a daily average of 16 gold, 14 silver, and 7 copper. Even if we acknowledge the difficulty of the charged quartz crystal sales and pull that off, the total is still more than 6 gold a day. That pulls about even with parking a character on the Bjora marches and running the essence chests at 7-ish gold a day. It's way above the next best park at a full Mount Maelstrom hidden garden after creating Kutstu at 1 gold and 80 silver a day. But what does it cost? Well, the total gold gold investment for the above nodes, assuming you want the glyphs of volatility, is a whooping 2,063 gold. This would mean that if you invested today and assumed that you converted and sold all your loot as you got it, you would see the first profit after the 128th day of logging in and doing the home instance rounds. From there on, it would be pure profit. Should you assume you couldn't convert the charged quartz crystals, the time it takes to become profitable would be just under a year's consistent logins at 343 days. I've gotten my worth many times over in my years of playing the game, but whether you would is up to you and your playstyle. No matter what, you need a hefty sum of gold to start you on this journey. Whether you prefer to grind meta events, do daily strike missions, or perhaps already have a pile of spirit shards you don't need, I have a guide for you to check out.